Hey everybody, it is a very hot, well, not really hot, but hot enough day in East Tennessee. We've been having weather closer to like 70 degrees this September, and it has all of a sudden decided to turn hotter again, which it typically does for our area. So it's a bit warm today. So what I wanted to bring you through is talk about some of our spice peppers that we're growing. So let's flip you around here. So we have got cayennes. Now we grow several cayennes. We grow Buena Mulatas, Killians, Ring of Fires, Red Rockets, and just some heirloom cayennes. So cayennes you can definitely eat fresh. You can eat them as they are matured, like the regular type cayennes are red. But Buena Mulatas, they start out a beautiful purple color, and you can definitely eat them like this. It makes a really cool looking spice too, if you dehydrate them and grind them up. But you're looking for this orange color. That is actually what you're looking for as far as maturity. Now they can actually get to full mature red. So, but orange is a great flavor as far as it goes as seasoning. So that's what we're looking for seasoning. Now you can use these fresh. You can use them as, like I said, green or any of the mature colors you've got. We've even got the Killian is a yellow orange cayenne. We love it too. And you can use it fresh or dried. A lot of people you'll see has their little dried cayenne peppers that go on their pizza, and it goes great on a lot of seasonings. So let's see what we've got next. We've got our cayennes. Let's see. This is a great one. These are our Korean dark greens. Now you'll see there's some weeds in there, and of course we deal with that a lot. But Korean dark greens. Now they are dark green. They're really pretty. You can definitely eat them like this, and that's how most places actually prepare a Korean dark green, is from a fresh green pepper. You can definitely use the spice off of them also. But what I like, and the best way I have found, and if you've ever bought it and been lucky enough to be one of the people that gets it at the farmer's market or buy it offline, is our Korean red pepper spice. Now for the Korean reds, we gotta wait till they turn red, just like that. Charlie's going to disrupt me here. I've had Charlie and Boober all day long with me. Okay, so, but that is dehydrated and we make into a spice, and it is awesome. Now, with the Korean dark ones too, they're not a lot of heat level, which is great for most people. But you can use them as Thai peppers too. So if you're making like a Thai chili sauce or like a Thai sweet sauce, it goes great in those too. So let's bring us to their next one. Now this is one we've actually been trialing. It's our Strawberry Kiss. We've got several varieties that are very similar to what we first started with, and I think we are on F4, maybe F5 at this point, but still got a lot of variation in here. And we've got some of our favorites isolated. We got some yellow, we've got some red, all different kinds of shapes, as you'll see through here. Now we love to use those as spices. You can dehydrate them, and they make, so far, a really good flavored spice. They all have a little bit different flavor to them, but they're very similar. Okay, our Antipoca. This is a great pepper that we have found. We actually found it through Chili Chump, but it looks just like a bell pepper. But they mature to red, just like right here. I'm getting ready to pick that one. So it matures to a red bell colored pepper, but don't let that fool you, because it is not a sweet bell pepper. It is far from it. It actually has some hints of apple to it, and just a little bit of heat. Not too bad, more of a mild heat, but it's a great pepper. We really love it. We have not dehydrated yet and make any spices out of it, but we hope to do that in the next few weeks if we have peppers. And it looks like we definitely have quite a few of those that's ripening and maturing. But right now we're kind of overloaded on our peppers. I've got the oven running more, full force. I've got our dehydrators running full force. At this point, we really wish we had another big dehydrator, but we can only do what we can do. So, okay, for our next ones, we've got Cayenne Pueblo. Now, they're really close to what like a jalapeno would be. It's honestly not one of my favorites. We have not made spices other than a blend for a chipotle out of it. So this year I'm intending to see what we got here and make some specific peppers, spices out of the Cayenne Pueblo. Real thick walled. So we'll see how it does. Matures to red. Starts out green. That is not it. I don't know if I got any green ones on there. It looks like they're all red, all ready to go. Orange pepperoncinis, not necessarily a spice pepper. That's one we tried this year, and there's a lot of variation with this sucker. Looks like Scotch bonnets, looks like orange pepperoncinis. Quite honestly, it was hotter than I had hoped for. And it does not fulfill my pepperoncini desire. So we'll probably keep seeds from it. Maybe try it again next year. Thus far, I'm not real happy with it. Sinhoisas. Definitely love this one. This is a great pepper in salsa, but it is also great for drying. It's got a really great typical like bird's eye strong flavor to it. Carbonaro. This is one that was new for us this year, and I'm obviously going to have to pick these suckers today because they are absolutely loaded to the ground with peppers. The Carbonaro is really close to what a orange hab would be, but it looks very differently. Very different. Of course, that one's got some leaves on it, but it looks quite different. Heat level is really close. Taste is really close, but a little bit more fruity in my opinion. We actually have got a video on it if you haven't seen it. We have not dehydrated these to use yet as seasoning, but I fully intend on doing that because they are great and we've got a buttload of them. And what else do you do with so many peppers than to make some seasonings that'll last for a long time? Now, along with the regular Carbonaro, we've also got white Carbonaros this year, and we picked our first ones last week. These are still quite green. They actually mature from this green color to this pale color. So, had those. I've got a video on tasting those too. It wasn't really impressive to me. It was more light flavored than what I would like, but it was decent. But if you like white peppers, then that may be a pepper for you to try. Trinidad Pimento. Now, Trinidad Pimento is definitely on the brink of not being a hot pepper. Now, we do sell these. That plant looks like it's about at the end of its days. This is closer to what they look like. But it has got an extremely floral flavor. So if you do not like floral peppers, do not buy this one. But it is one of the big seasoning peppers they use in places that's not the United States, in Trinidad and a lot of other places. It's a great seasoning pepper, but it's not for a lot of people. I love it. I love the taste of it. But there's a lot of people who do not like floral peppers. So if you don't like it, you don't want to try that one. But if you've never tried one, give it a shot. Hot cherries. Now, hot cherries is one. We only had one plant this year, and we isolated it. We had one of these little bags on there, but after we had loads and loads of peppers, we decided to take that bag off. There's not much to show you right now, but there's your little cherry pepper. And that one's got a little bug hole in it. Somebody decided to chew on it. But I have found on the cherry pepper, it does make a good seasoning. A great seasoning, actually. I've not dehydrated it yet. But where it really shines for me thus far is as a relish. I actually have got some that I put together with the hot pepper cherries, and onions and sugar and vinegar, and let it sit in the refrigerator a few weeks, and it is absolutely amazing. I love it. Like, it is probably going to be my favorite relish. Apparently putting it on all the vinegar and letting it sit, it takes a lot of the heat out of it, but it is so good. So hopefully next year we can grow more of these, and hopefully I will have my licensing to be able to process stuff like that and be able to sell it to you guys. Okay, next we've got Negro de Vale. Now, we grew I think it was Valero maybe and Negro de Vale last year, and they were okay. We didn't really like them. I have found they're not good fresh. They don't taste good fresh. They are a useless pepper fresh. Where they shine is dehydrating. So I took some of these a couple weeks ago and I dehydrated them and ground them up into powder, and I like, not joking, it smells absolutely amazing. Has a great flavor, but thus far it is the best smelling spice I have ever had. So we only have a few plants of these. I do thankfully have them isolated, so I will have isolated peppers, and I will be growing a lot of them next year for seasoning because it is quite amazing. Chili Pequin. So these are itty bitty little tiny berries. I do not like picking itty bitty tiny berries. They are literally tiny. Quite annoying. We grow them basically to save a seed off of them because I don't like them. They are hot, and to me they just don't have the flavor. So they mature from this pretty purple to this purple, a pretty red. But like I said, I don't like them. If you want a very pretty ornamental plant though, that may be the one for you. Okay, next is Peter pepper. You can probably imagine where somebody got the name for this at. Just use your imagination. We grew this because we had a lot of requests to grow it, and it's something that we try to keep the seeds from most peppers. And I picked these the other day, so there's probably not going to be much on here, but there's one. It's not a very good picture of what it looks like, but there's one that has not matured yet. Now these turn from green to red, and you see they are maturing. But we tried them on a taste test video earlier in the week, and it was not impressive. I mean, it's just kind of a regular pepper. It's nothing to write home about. So the next one is one of my favorites for dehydrating and make a powder out of. Reza Macedonia. Now these are pretty cool looking peppers. You would think, I'm not supposed to eat something like that. But if you try to eat this fresh, you will not like it. It is probably pretty gross, actually. If you can get past the texture, it might be good. I couldn't get past the texture of it. But where this shines is definitely in spices. So we didn't grow a whole lot of these this year, so I don't know if I will have them for sale. But next year we're hoping to grow definitely more for spices. Okay, our next one is Big Jim. So that's not necessarily a seasoning pepper, but it can be, but it's on our seasoning pepper list. And goat horn, once again, not really. Now, Granada seasoning, we have one plant of these that made it. These have got a true super hot flavor. Like, they really have that full flavor of a super hot. I just picked several of these the other day and ground them into spices. As you can see, this is our one isolated bag, so we will definitely be selling seeds off these. But if you like flavor of super hot peppers but you can't handle the heat, this is a great one. They actually use these for seasoning in a lot of the Caribbean islands, and it is really quite good. So your classic seasoning peppers, we are talking your Thais. Now we have got all different kinds of Thais. We've got orange Thai SSE, we've got little bitty miniature Thais. You can pick Thais green, you can pick them as they mature. They can be red when they mature, they can be yellow when they mature, they can be orange when they mature. They can be bigger, they can be slender, and they can be so tiny that they are very annoying to pick. Which is these. They are quite annoying to pick. But they do taste good, and they make good seasoning. So we keep them around. But lots of different Thai peppers for our Thai assortments and our Thai seasonings. So there's a good example of a long orange one. There we go. Tempequino Serranos. Now this is your classic Serrano. As you can tell, these Serranos are rather small. The Serranos we sell in places are quite big. They're usually 5 to 6 inches long, sometimes a little bit smaller, but they're pretty big. Now, the ones we sell at the farmer's market are hybrid varieties, which means they were picked and bred specifically to be longer than the other ones, mainly because as you, the consumers decided they did not like the little bitty Serrano peppers, and they just did not sell very well. They wanted something bigger and better, so they came up with the other Serranos. As far as taste goes, they're very similar, but you can't beat the heirloom Tempequino Serrano. So we've got it, we keep it. The heat is definitely hotter than the regular hybrid Serranos. So I think we're about done with our seasoning side here. We've got some Mad Hatters, which are not necessarily seasoning, but they're, you know, on that brink there. They mature from green to orange, and they get this, sometimes this purple color in there, to this red color. So not a big, but you can season with them. Our next one is Ahi Amarillo. Now these guys got a very slow start. Deer ate them. They didn't like the weather, and so we are literally just now getting blooms and pepper pods starting to form. So there is nothing to see here, unfortunately. We've got our isolated ones as always, but that's about it for this side of our seasoning peppers. Obviously we got a lot of other peppers to go through, a lot of other seasoning peppers, but those are the ones that are the big ones we use, and that's our seasoning side. We are definitely going to be adding more next year because we love our seasonings. But keep watching, and I'll do another video soon, hopefully on some different other peppers and their uses on them.